So like many other Transformers fans, I have wanted a toy of Tarn for so long. And when it got revealed a while ago, I thought it looked super cool. I thought it would be one of the best Transformers toys ever released. And I waited, and I waited, and I finally got it. And yeah, I think this is one of Hasbro's very best Voyager class action figures. Not just because it's Tarn. Seriously, not just because it's Tarn, even though Tarn helps. The Tarniness really helps his case. It is just so well done. It's so well done. It's so articulated, it's painted so well, it's sculpted so well, there's like no hollow bits to be seen, it has finger articulation, it has really cool modular weapons. It's amazing. This figure is simply incredible. I love it. I adore it. If you're a Transformers fan, you need this. If you're a collector, you need this. If you're a casual Transformers fan, I highly suggest this. If you're someone that just dabbles in Transformers here and there, still, give this one a look, because this figure is simply incredible. I love it. I adore it. You should buy it. Alrighty, let's just get into it. So he's a Voyager class. So he's a pretty decent size. You know, you can see in my hand, it's a pretty decent size figure. I feel like the size really is exemplified in the front, because you turn him around, and you can see he's pretty thin. He doesn't have too much body mass going on, but I think with the character design, it doesn't make much of a difference. It looks really cool. I actually think the slenderness really suits this bulk, this design, and it's just so cool. Look at the legs, look at the feet. So much paint, so much sculpt, so much detail. They got his big cool golden knee pads in there. They got his double fusion cannon, which is really cool, and you can like change this up. It's super modular since it's like a part of the tank. You can have it facing this way and kind of make that like a third little cannon in the middle. You can have it facing this way. You can actually rotate this if you want it. If you want the peg at a different direction, you can do so much with it. I would definitely try to keep it in a position where it doesn't impede the shoulders too much. Because like this position, you can see it's not really getting in the shoulders too much. But if I wouldn't rotate this turret part, and if I would have left it how it is, it's going to ride up really far, and you're going to be left with something a little cumbersome around the shoulders. But still, it's totally modular. You have so many different ideas you can do with this. You can have it on his back as like a cool back-mounted weapon, which is something I think looks really cool. So you can just plug it into his back right there, and you can move these little things out of the way. Because in the comics, they're pointed up, they're kind of pointed out to the side, whatever you want to do with them. And you can just point this down, and boom, he's got these massive shoulder cannons. That's really cool. I love the options. This guy gives you so many options. And you can just have this more flat against his back. If you want to give him a bit of an onslaught look, I think that looks really cool too. And we can raise these back up. So yeah, I think that looks really cool if you want him to get a little more hands-on. And obviously these are individual. So you can have these, just individual on his arms. You can have him hold him if you want. And, you can combine them. If you want to give him a super long, weird weapon, which is something you can do. It's really cool. I just dropped one of them. Oh no. I got it. A couple things I do want to point out about these two. They're made out of a really cool clear plastic. So you can see a lot of the light shining through. And it just shows a lot of this cool detail. It is hollow on the bottom, but I can kind of forgive it for the sake of the clear plastic look, because I think it actually helps its case. Yeah, they are slightly different too. Keep that in mind. They're ever so slightly different. So this one, with the pegs down, has this little part on the top and this one on the side. So keep it in mind depending on where you want to have it. So like we'll have that one so it's facing up, and this one so it's facing to the side. And that'll pretty much be the configuration for the tank mode. But let's look more at the robot. So the head sculpt is super cool, super awesome. I mean, it's a guy that's so fiercely loyal to the Decepticons. He has grafted their logo on his face. What more can you say? It's super cool. I do wish the mask was removable. I think that would have looked really cool, but I can understand why they didn't do that. If I have one complaint about this toy, one single complaint, Tarn is known for very piercing red eyes, and there's really nothing to speak of for the eyes. It's not really red, not really noticeable. And unfortunately, the head is made in such a way where it wouldn't be really easy to like go in there and like make them red yourself, because a lot of the paint's probably going to get into the recesses and it's going to look a little messy. So, I mean, if you're talented, if you're willing to work with a little bit, you could get some nice red in his eyes, but it's not an easy fix. But other than that, love the little silver rings on his torso there. Love the little silver buckles. The nice golden Decepticon symbol. He's just coated in paint. And look at this. Inside of his thighs, they covered the hollowness. Like, no hollowness in the legs. No hollowness in the arms. Like, he's not hollow. He's not hollow around the back. He is fully enclosed. Which, for me, I'm typically not someone to complain about Transformers being hollow or not. But when they're not hollow, and they're nice and enclosed like this, it really is a sign of something superb and something really high quality. This figure is phenomenal. You've kind of gotten a bit of a glimpse of the articulation, and it is superb. The head articulation look at it. Look at how high up that can go. That's great. You can actually go down quite a bit too. You get a nice tilt, which is really cool, and obviously side to side. Shoulders are they're just a little awkward, given the nature of like the tank treads. But still, you can get them moving up. You can get them moving like this. I would say it's most awkward if you want to pose kind of up and out. That's probably where it's going to be the most awkward. You do have this like bicep joint, which really helps for certain poses. Like, say if you want to get him his arms crossed, that joint really helps. So, I mean, look at that. You can cross his arms, and it looks good. Oh, it's incredible. Bicep swivel. Pretty nice, decent elbow bend, which is really cool. Swivel at the wrist. Finger articulation, which I think is super cool. So if you want him to look really intimidating, you could have him with his fists raised like this, and then he's like, ugh, It's cool. It's cool. I love it. Waist. He's got waist. He has hips. He has very good hips. And if you get them out, which, they go out all the way and forward, look at that. Look at that. That's some range right there. His back, too, then go all the way back because he doesn't really have a butt. That works. He can... Man, look at it. Thigh swivel, nice deep knee bend. And look at this ankle joint. You don't get too much of a pivot, which I would say is kind of a weak point. But look at that. And look at that. Look at how effortless it is to get him kneeling. Effortless. Simply effortless. And so many Transformers cannot do this. It's incredible. Technically, because of the transformation hinge, you can actually get a double knee out of it too, which is really nice. Like, you can get a full-on, like, curled up leg. So, yeah, his articulation, man. Like, here, I personally really like him with, like, an onslaught kind of back. That's just me. I just think he looks really cool like that. So here, let's rotate that piece, move these up, and get him with these cannons forward. Head up. Fist closed. He's got those fists clenched. Let's get a forward stomp. Look at that. And then that back foot's like stabilizing him. Look at that posability. Look at that. That is Tarn right there, dude. That is Tarn. Yes. Oh my god. Oh, dude. I love this toy. I freaking love it. This is, without question, going to be on my top 10 robots of the year. Like, there is no way he is not going to be in at least the top 3. He is incredible. I mean, Deathsaurus is coming out at the end of the year, so he'll probably be sharing a spot with Deathsaurus, but I don't see Hasbro topping this. I really don't. It's so good. I do want to show off a potential display option. If you looked at the thumbnail a little bit, you probably noticed what I did. He is so incredible. I think he is worthy of a pretty special display. So, here, let's keep that like that. I think, and because of his posability, he sits great on it, he is worthy of a throne. He needs a Decepticon throne. What do you think? Yeah, let's get him kind of comfortable on this throne here. Look at that. Look at that. You could get, like, the Matrix of Leadership in his hand or something. Actually, let me fetch it. because I took this. I have my Galvatron in the throne, so let me take his matrix. I just gotta do this, man. I gotta do this. So here's Galvatron's matrix. You know, Tarn's not this level of a character where he's like defeating Optimus Prime and taking his matrix, but he looks so cool. Like he's like worthy of it just by coolness factor. Look at that, dude. Look at that. He's so casual. Oh, man. Oh, dude. That is nice. It's so cool. It's such a cool figure. It's so cool. And we haven't even transformed it yet. Let's transform it. Okay. So his transformation is great. It is so good. I've only done it once, so this will kind of be showing how easy it is to kind of just do it by memory, because, you know, I've only done it once. It's so good. This transformation is so good. Look at this arm panel, how that swings all the way on the other side. If they were being lazy with the engineering, they could have just left it there, but no, they made it something that swung. Check this out. So this panel untabs, and these will go straight as like turrets for the front of the tank. And that's going to spin around. Man, the quality of this transformation is something else. This will untab. Look at that. It slides. It's got a little bit of a slide. The head, you want to rotate it before you flip it in. But flip that head in. And then how these treads just move. It's so smooth. This transformation is so smooth. I love it. Oh, man. And then that piece will just kind of lay flat there. The legs are pretty simplistic. They essentially just hinge up. That's what they do. They hinge up and they attach. Now, granted, you do want to use the transformation hinge. Actually, you want to use that all the way, and then use the robot mode knee joint. So yeah, it's pretty much the legs, you know. But look at that shape. That shape is so nice. And then pretty much working with the rest of the tread here. We want to get the arms situated. I'm trying to remember exactly how they go. I think the arms go like this. Yeah, because that arm panel is going to tab in under the leg. And then this is going to swing over and kind of feed into that arm guard. It's a double hinge, so it's one you kind of got to work with. But once you get it, there we go. Once you get it, you get it. Then that closes up the arm. If I do have one complaint, the hands are just kind of sticking out. I wish the hands would fold in somehow, but, you know, they're not super obvious where they go. You know, if you're looking at the hands with this awesome tank mode, I don't know what to tell you. But the arms will tab into, you can see tabs into the thigh and tabs into the foot. So, second part, pretty similar. You know, it just kind of hinges. Then that side looks like the side's going to go in a lot easier. I think one of the hardest parts is it's going to tab into the tread right there. That's what's really struggling. You can see, once you get the angle right, it's not really causing much of a problem. Get that closed up. I like rotating the wrist. I think it helps just a little bit. And then, tabbed in up there. Everything just lines up so easy. It's such an easy peasy transformation. And it looks pretty cool like this, but last but not least, we got to get this tank turret on here. You want to have this rotated, because these two grooves are going to go in right on the legs. Boom. There's Tarn. There's Tarn. Even this tank is so cool. Even the tank is cool. Oh, man. Now, granted, it doesn't really have wheels. He's not going to be rolling around, but given the transformation, given what he does, I'm okay with that. You can still move the tank turret. You can move these up and down, but just slightly, given the positioning of them. Maybe if you moved these more forward. Yeah, you get a little bit more up if you move those forward, but I personally prefer them as far back as you can get them. These you can move out to the side if you want as little sub-turrets. It's so cool. I wish these would have folded down, the little gold. I think that just would have looked better if it kind of like finished that. But other than the hands exposed, this alt mode is sweet. It is so nice and it works so well. Oh man, I love it. I love this toy. It's so good. It is so, so good. So guys, there we go. There is my look at Generations. Technically, it's still Generations, right? I mean, kinda. Transformers Legacy Evolution Tarn. It's kind of so weird that everything's like over the Generations subline. Isn't that so odd? But yeah, Legacy Tarn. This is one of Hasbro's very best Voyager figures they have ever put out. I have bought many, 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 many Transformers over the past decade. And this one is among the best. It is by far among the best. It is incredible. It is remarkable. Like I said, if you're a Transformers collector, this is a must. You need this. It is so good. It is like, for me, it's as close to a 10 out of 10 as a Voyager class can get. It's so good. Oh, man. Ooh. Oh. Oh, man. What if a knockoff company upscales it? Oh. Yes. Yeah, I'd buy that. I'd buy that. Okay. Like a leader class or a commander. Oh, I'd have to get that. This is an awesome toy. Like I said, if you're a Transformers collector, it's a must. If you're a casual fan, it's definitely one to consider. It's so good. It is so good. One of the best toys of 2023, without a doubt. Without a doubt. It's great. Stellar. Get it, please. Alrighty. I think I've rambled on long enough. I'm starting to burp. I've been talking so much. I've been inhaling too much air as I speak. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. Special shout out to channel members. Thank you so much for your continued support. Alrighty, there we go. Have a great one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.